If you'd like to see more of our videos, please subscribe to our channel on YouTube or follow us here on Instagram. Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Razak at CMtrading. Today is December 20th, 2019, and today is Friday morning. So looking at the major economic events of the day, two events coming out of the United Kingdom. First, at 11:30 South African time, we have a current account, which basically means how much money people have in their banks just in general in the UK. So it is an important number, and if there are any surprises, if the cash account goes down, it is viewed as negative. Now then later today at 4:30 South African time, we have a Parliament Brexit vote whether or not the UK will actually exit from the EU on January 31st. Now this is most likely going to happen, so it's not any kind of new news. But we'll take a look at the GBP, because what we see in the GBP is that it sold off further to its second support. And the question is, will it bounce? Okay, it's getting very close to this 130-ish level, which psychologically is an important number. Remember, we rallied last week after Johnson was voted prime minister to 135. Okay, so the fact that we've actually receded over 500 pips in 1 week. Now looking at the Dow Jones, still steady, and this time it's the FANG stocks that continue its rotation. We're going to take a look at that in just a moment. Gold setting an ascending wedge. Okay, we're going to take a look at that while oil's still inching higher, okay, which is carrying the indices higher. And lastly, looking at the stocks, Facebook changed character in 1 week just tremendously to break out higher. It's a fake out breakout, and that's a great example. We're going to take a look at that as well. So let's see what we can expect from today's trading. So before I enter the Facebook trade, I just want to show you this. We're looking at the GBP at a 4-hour chart, and you can see this massive rally we had last week, obviously, and I've mentioned this. We failed yesterday, this 131 100-ish level, and then we just took it down. Okay, so it's about 100 pips, 70 pips retracement from there, from yesterday. Okay, so there is some volatility here after a couple of choppiness, a couple of days that were choppy, but altogether it was a beautiful fade opportunity. Okay, I did mention this last week. Okay, as these news type of comes out, okay, in this case it was a massive spike on the upside, and then, you know, after all said and done, everything just is settled down. There's a correction in the market, and sure enough, this is exactly what happened. Now, looking at today's trading, I don't expect any kind of surprises, okay? We may see a little bit of a bounce, okay? We are simultaneously hitting previous resistance, subsequent support, okay? So if we do see a bounce, that would be very natural for this to happen right here. Now, we're at 130.17, which means we're only about 17 pips off of this 130 level. Psychologically, that's a very, very important number. So you want to be aware of that as this unfolds later today. Now, jumping into gold. This is the wedge formation that I'm talking about, is that we have this ascending upwards momentum trend line that's been happening, okay? And it is happening, okay? It's been ascending. We haven't had that since, I would say, back here. All right, but we failed it on this end right there, okay, which was the first time we kind of solidified this 1470, 1480 resistance level. But we could see that we do have a resistance, and this is bona fide, 1481 right there and right there. So if we do break out, okay, on the upside, we could see a massive correction on the upside. However, if this fails and fails this ascending trend line, then we see a correction on the downside. Okay, so I do expect some sort of, you know, vicious or volatile movement in either direction. Okay, normally it's an ascending triangle which has some sort of a correctional move that comes and happens. Okay, so just be aware of that. Now looking at oil, we're just inching higher. Okay, nothing big, nothing, you know, really massive to write home about. Okay, we did this again yesterday. All right, there we go. We're on our high, 61.12, okay, on a 4-hour chart. So with that said, okay, we're inching out higher, but I'd like to see some gusto. I'd like to see some breakout, all right? Because when it does this, it just inches very, you know, very carefully up. There is usually followed with a correction, okay? Looking at the Dow Jones, okay, we hit all-time highs once again yesterday, 28,383-ish level. I think we even touched 400-ish level yesterday. But what took us higher, okay? Because most of the bank stocks didn't go higher. Google didn't go higher. Microsoft didn't go higher. Apple is on its highs, okay, but didn't go out higher. Okay, we're looking at Apple right now, 279, just hitting that 280-ish level. Facebook, okay, now Facebook, remember, if you look back at my daily reviews last week, I mentioned that this was going to be weak, all right? And now we had this fake out breakout. As the market was rallying last week, okay, this was selling off right here, okay? So it preempted this move by first selling off, allowing people to get in, okay, that knew that it was going to go higher right there, and then taking it up higher, okay? Right there, we bounced above of our moving average. We broke our resistance at 202-ish, and we're trading at 205, okay? Now, we're close to our all-time highs, okay? Our really all-time highs, right? All-time highs is 219, I would say 217, okay? All-time highs, we're only about 15, 12 points away from it, which is nothing when you're trading these type of stocks, okay? Is this a prelude to let us know that we're going to have an end of the year rally? Perhaps, okay? But as I say before, these stocks have been taking rotation, okay? If it's not Apple one day, it's Facebook. If it's not Facebook, it's Google. Microsoft has been a really great player. JP Morgan has really been a great player. The bank stocks, the traditional stocks as well. So you got to just really, focus in to see what is taking us higher and to see if the market actually does follow through. And in this case, it has. Okay, so 28,380-ish level is a massive level for us to be. Okay, and I do expect us, as we are trading really the last Friday of the year, because next week is going to be Christmas, and even though there is trading throughout Christmas and New Year's, it's really very light volume. Okay, so just be aware of that as we go into the end of the year, people are kind of like on vacation mode once Christmas comes along. So just be aware of that and expect it. The next week will be a little bit lighter trading. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.